Hi guys, Mike Truelove with Relevate Lean Construction Consulting. Wanted to shoot a quick video this morning just to talk about a couple of things dealing specifically with the Last Planner system. There's a whole lot of information out there. There's a lot of people that are doing it. But there's a couple of core things that I think sometimes we take for granted and we don't put enough focus on. So I kind of want to dial it down a little bit and kind of focus on what I think is one of the more important aspects of the Last Planner. In the name itself, it's the Last Planner, right? So what does that actually mean? We are putting things in a situation to get the people that are doing the work to plan the work, which means that we actually need to let them do that. As project managers, superintendents, lean stewards that are facilitating those things, we need to have the mindset that we are trying to draw the information out of the foreman or trade supervision that are at the pull plan or at the weekly work plan and even the daily huddles, that this meeting and this coordination and the collaboration is truly for them. So we should put the focus on them. A couple of things that we can do to do that is, building that team and understanding that it needs to be a trust environment. We should be able to feel safe that we can bring things up, concerns, constraints, and talk about them without feeling like somebody's going to think that, it's silly or stupid or whatever. And so I kind of want to challenge everybody, if you're currently doing the Last Planner system, or you're thinking about doing it and you're getting into the space to conduct your first pull plan, is have some goals set out for the team of what you want to accomplish. Now, the way that we're going to do these goals, it's going to translate directly to how we make commitments based on an activity that we're doing in the pull plan, right? So we can call this, a lot of things. Some people call it SMART goals, whatever. But I like SMART because it really keys in on, being specific, defining the goal as much as possible, and making sure that there's no unclear language. Everybody understands what the goal is. It's very specific. It's keyed in to, you're dialing it down to the details. You also want to know who, what is going to be involved, what's going to be accomplished, what's measurable, and we'll get to measurable here in a minute. But the S in SMART kind of deals with a little bit of that. But it's also understanding why. Why am I setting this goal? What's the purpose? Are there constraints that are going to keep me from being able to accomplish this? Then we have the M part of SMART, measurable. Can I track the progress? That should be the first question when we set a goal. Can it be measured? That's really important, because how do you hold somebody accountable for something that can't be measured? You can use all kinds of situational type things, but really you want it to dial it down. I'm going to install 10 feet of conduit from column A to column B by the end of Monday. So you walk up at the end of Monday, there's 10 foot of conduit. It's really simple, but it's key. It's measurable. Then we have the A in SMART, right? Attainable. Is it achievable, right? We want to set ourselves up and our teams up for success. We don't want to sandbag things and we don't want to water things down, but can it be achievable? Most of the time, the trade foreman and the trade superintendent, they know what their production rates are. Let's talk about them. Let's be honest about them, and let's really project that particular goal. Is it attainable? Can we reach that milestone? And then the R, relevant. Are these goals that we're setting relevant to what we're aiming to do for the overall plan? Is it worthwhile for the team to meet that goal? And then T, timely. The objective there, should include a time limit. You want to put parameters. So with these SMART goals and understanding them, the things that we allow ourselves to do is now we can start holding ourselves accountable. So how that translates directly to the last planner is we want to make reliable commitments to each other and be accountable for them. So if we're thinking about a task as a SMART goal, right, and we apply those same techniques, then we're really getting into the nuts and bolts, and we're allowing those foremen who ordinarily sit in a subcontractor meeting and get told, you're going to, why didn't you? Now it becomes a little bit more alive to them, a little bit more personal, and we're putting the focus on them. Superintendents, project managers, we're there to support them and remove constraints and allow them to be able to think through the process and sequence and work in which they're planning, coming up. Another really big key aspect to all of this is the daily check-ins, right? The daily huddles, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to get bogged down into the definitions, but it needs to be a daily occurrence where you're getting together with that specific core team that's talking about the work that they've planned and they've committed to doing. How are we doing? What needs do we have? What got done? Are we on track? It's all of those things, and that ties back, directly to the SMART goals. Are we meeting our goals? Are we holding ourselves accountable? Really, like I said, take a step back, getting back to the basics, and we always talk about how it's the people that make the job, right? Let's allow the people to plan the job. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on down the road.